life moves fast, and the world waits for no one. Every day brings new opportunities, new challenges, and new competitors. In this ever-changing landscape, there is one truth that cannot be ignored. Continuous improvement is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Growth is non-negotiable because staying the same is the fastest route to being left behind. Every individual, every professional, and every organization must commit to constant learning, evolving, and refining themselves, or they risk irrelevance. Success is not a destination, it is a journey of relentless advancement. Those who stop growing are overtaken by those who keep moving forward. Continuous improvement begins with self-awareness. To get better, you must first acknowledge where you are today, recognizing both your strengths and your weaknesses. Complacency is the enemy of growth. It whispers that what you have is enough, that your skills are sufficient, and that you can coast on past achievements. But the truth is, the world does not reward comfort or stagnation. Every day, new technologies, ideas, and practices emerge. Those who cling to the old ways, who believe yesterday's methods will carry them tomorrow, are quickly left behind. By identifying gaps in your knowledge, your skills, and your habits, you create a roadmap for improvement. A roadmap that becomes a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Improvement is a mindset, not just a set of actions. It requires the belief that no matter how skilled or successful you are today, there is always room to grow. This mindset fuels resilience, creativity, and adaptability. It transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. People who embrace continuous improvement approach every experience as a chance to learn. They do not fear criticism, failure, or challenges. Instead, they welcome them, knowing each one is a stepping stone toward mastery. In this way, improvement becomes a habit, woven into every decision, every action, and every thought. The power of continuous improvement lies in its compounding effect. Small, consistent steps forward yield extraordinary results over time. Reading a book, mastering a skill, refining a habit, or expanding your knowledge by even a little each day can produce monumental change over months and years. This principle applies to every area of life: personal growth, professional development, health, and relationships. Improvement does not happen overnight, but its consistent pursuit ensures that you are always moving forward, always staying relevant, and always preparing for the challenges of tomorrow. Complacency, on the other hand, guarantees decline. Those who refuse to learn, adapt, and evolve are overtaken by the world around them. Opportunities slip away, skills become outdated, and potential remains unfulfilled. The harsh reality is that no one owes you success, and no one waits while you remain stagnant. In business, in life, and in personal growth, staying the same is equivalent to falling behind. Continuous improvement is not optional. It is the minimum requirement for survival in a competitive world. To commit to continuous improvement is to commit to a life of purpose, resilience, and excellence. It requires discipline, curiosity, and courage. It demands that you embrace discomfort, take risks, and push beyond limits. It is the ultimate safeguard against irrelevance, the secret to long-term success, and the path to becoming the best version of yourself. Growth is the price of staying ahead, and those who recognize this truth thrive while others struggle to catch up. Continuous improvement is not negotiable. It is essential, inevitable, and transformative. Your mindset is the engine that drives your life. It is the lens through which you view the world, interpret challenges, and define what is possible. Momentum, progress, success, and growth does not happen by chance. It is created by the choices you make every day, and the most important choice is how you think. A positive growth-oriented mindset propels you forward, while a limited, fixed mindset keeps you stuck, spinning your wheels and watching opportunities pass by. Those who embrace a growth mindset understand that every challenge is a chance to improve, every failure a lesson to learn, and every setback a step toward resilience. They do not see obstacles as roadblocks. They see them as stepping stones. When difficulties arise, they ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Their momentum comes from action taken despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. They are fueled by curiosity and determination, not by circumstance or convenience. On the other hand, a fixed mindset creates stagnation. People with this mindset believe that abilities are innate and unchangeable, that talent alone determines success, and that mistakes define them. When challenges appear, they retreat. When failure strikes, they give up. Momentum dies because energy is wasted on fear, excuses, and self-doubt instead of growth and action. The harsh reality is that the world rewards those who move forward, adapt, and persevere, not those who stand still waiting for conditions to be perfect. Momentum is also created through consistency. Small actions taken repeatedly compound over time into significant progress. The person who wakes up with purpose, commits to learning, and consistently pushes beyond their comfort zone builds unstoppable momentum. Every book read, every skill honed, and every step outside the comfort zone adds fuel to the engine of progress. Mindset determines whether you take that first step or hesitate indefinitely. It determines whether you keep moving when the path is steep or stop at the first sign of resistance. Surrounding yourself with the right influences further amplifies momentum. A mindset that seeks growth gravitates toward people who inspire, challenge, and support continuous improvement. These relationships reinforce a positive outlook, provide accountability, and push you to reach higher. Conversely, negative influences reinforce limiting beliefs and slow progress. Momentum is not just an internal force. It is shaped by the environment and the company you keep. One of the most powerful aspects of mindset is its ability to transform setbacks into opportunities. Life will always present obstacles. Markets will shift, plans will fail, and unexpected challenges will arise. But those with a growth mindset do not see these moments as the end of the road. They see them as an invitation to innovate, adapt, and excel. Momentum is sustained not by avoiding difficulties, but by responding to them with creativity, resilience, and unwavering focus. Ultimately, mindset determines momentum because it shapes your choices, actions, and perspective. The world is moving fast, and those who think expansively act decisively, and embrace growth will always surge ahead. The person who believes in improvement, takes responsibility for their own progress, and refuses to let fear dictate action becomes unstoppable. Momentum is not a gift. It is earned through the deliberate cultivation of a mindset committed to learning, persistence, and relentless self-betterment. Your life moves as fast as your mind allows it to. If you want to accelerate, expand your mindset. If you want to rise, embrace challenges. If you want to create unstoppable momentum, understand that every thought, every decision, and every action stems from your mindset. The choice is yours. Cultivate a mindset that propels you forward, or allow one that holds you back. Remember, momentum is not accidental. It is the direct result of how you think and how you act on those thoughts. In life and in business, one truth remains unshakable: the world is constantly changing. What worked yesterday may not work today, and what works today may be obsolete tomorrow. Those who resist change, who cling to old methods, old habits, or outdated knowledge, risk being left behind. The principle is simple: adapt or perish. Survival and success demand flexibility, awareness, and the courage to evolve. Adaptation begins with awareness. You must understand the environment around you, the trends shaping your industry, and the shifts in culture, technology, and society. The world does not pause for anyone. Businesses rise and fall, skills become outdated, and opportunities vanish quickly. By staying aware, you position yourself to respond intelligently, not react hastily. Awareness is the first step toward adaptation because you cannot change what you refuse to see. Adaptation also demands learning. To evolve, you must acquire new skills, broaden your knowledge, And embrace ideas outside your comfort zone. Stagnation is a silent killer. The skills that made you successful yesterday may be irrelevant tomorrow. Lifelong learning is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Reading, studying, practicing, and seeking mentorship allow you to stay ahead of the curve. Those who refuse to learn will be overtaken by those who do. Flexibility is equally essential. Adapting does not mean abandoning your principles, but it does require the willingness to approach problems in new ways. The world rewards those who can pivot when circumstances change. Rigid thinking leads to missed opportunities and repeated mistakes, while flexibility opens doors to innovation, creativity, and growth. To survive in a rapidly changing environment, you must be able to adjust strategies, shift perspectives, and embrace the new while honoring the foundation of your values. Resilience is the companion of adaptation. Change often brings discomfort, uncertainty, and setbacks. Those who fear failure or cling to certainty struggle when the world shifts around them. Resilient individuals understand that challenges are inevitable, but also temporary. They learn from setbacks, adjust their approach, and continue moving forward. Adapting is not always easy, but resilience ensures that you survive the turbulence long enough to thrive. Adaptation is also about proactive action. Waiting for change to force your hand is a recipe for failure. Instead, anticipate trends, embrace innovation, and take initiative. Look at the leaders in every field. Those who dominate markets influence culture and shape industries. They did not wait for circumstances to dictate their moves. They studied the environment, predicted change, and positioned themselves ahead of the curve. By acting before it's too late, you gain a competitive edge that those who cling to the past can never achieve. Finally, adaptation requires courage. It takes courage to admit that yesterday's methods no longer work, to embrace new ideas, and to take risks in the pursuit of growth. The fear of change can paralyze, but courage propels you forward. Those who dare to adapt are the ones who survive, who lead, and who thrive in a world that waits for no one. The reality is simple: the world is moving forward, and time does not stop for anyone. Success favors those who evolve, who learn, who adjust, and who act decisively. Those who resist change, who remain rigid, or who ignore the shifting tides, risk irrelevance. To secure your future, to achieve your goals, and to remain competitive in life, you must embrace the principle of adaptation. Adapt or perish. There is no middle ground. The choice is yours, but the consequences are universal. Success is rarely the result of one monumental action or a single stroke of genius. More often, it is the accumulation of small, consistent steps taken every day. These tiny, seemingly insignificant actions may feel inconsequential at the moment, but over time, they compound into extraordinary results. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. Each day you water the soil, remove a weed, or nurture a sprout. At first, it may seem like nothing is happening, but with persistence, those small efforts grow into a thriving, fruitful garden. In the same way, consistent daily improvement in your life, whether in your skills, habits, or mindset, will inevitably lead to massive transformation. The power of small daily improvements lies in the concept of compounding. Just as money grows exponentially through interest, your personal growth multiplies when you invest in yourself consistently. Learning a new skill, reading a few pages of a book, practicing a craft, or refining a habit each day might seem minor. Yet, over weeks, months, and years, these small actions accumulate, creating results that can appear almost magical to an outside observer. The person who practices an hour a day becomes a master in a few years. The individual who saves a little money each day builds financial freedom over time. Growth is not about grand gestures. It is about daily dedication. Another vital aspect of small daily improvements is their ability to build momentum. Action breeds motivation, and motivation reinforces action. When you commit to improving just one area of your life each day, no matter how small, you create a habit of progress. These habits compound, reinforcing your confidence, discipline, and determination. Over time, you become someone who naturally gravitates toward growth. Your identity shifts. You no longer see yourself as someone who struggles or settles for mediocrity. Instead, you see yourself as someone who is committed, capable, and unstoppable. Consistency also teaches patience and resilience. Massive results are rarely instant. If you expect overnight success, you will be discouraged by the slow pace of progress. But when you focus on small daily improvements, you learn to appreciate the process. You become resilient in the face of setbacks and persistent when results are not immediate. Each day of effort is a step forward, even if the impact is not immediately visible. This mindset is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up too soon. Finally, small daily improvements create a ripple effect. Every positive action influences other areas of your life. Improving your health encourages better focus and productivity. Developing your skills opens new opportunities. Strengthening your relationships enhances your personal and professional network. In this way, small, consistent improvements in one area often lead to growth in multiple areas simultaneously, amplifying the overall effect. In conclusion, do not underestimate the power of small daily improvements. They may feel insignificant in the moment, but they are the building blocks of lasting success. Commit to consistent growth, no matter how small the steps, and over time, you will achieve results far beyond what you initially imagined. Your future self will thank you for the dedication, patience, and perseverance you invest today. Remember, greatness is not born in a single leap. It is cultivated one small, meaningful action at a time. Growth never comes from comfort. It comes from challenge, from stretching yourself beyond familiar boundaries, from doing things you don't want to do, and from facing discomfort head on. Yet, most people spend their lives chasing comfort, avoiding effort, delaying decisions, and settling for mediocrity. The truth is that comfort is seductive. It lulls you into a false sense of security, making you believe that staying where you are is enough. But the moment you stop pushing, the world moves on without you. Comfort is the enemy of progress because it creates stagnation, and stagnation leads to irrelevance. Every success story has one thing in common: discomfort. The entrepreneurs who built empires, the athletes who achieved greatness, and the thinkers who changed the world all stepped into discomfort. They faced long hours, criticism, failures, and setbacks. They embraced challenges because they knew that growth lives on the other side of difficulty. Comfort may feel safe, but it is a cage, and the cage keeps you from discovering your true potential. Discomfort is not something to fear. It is a signal that you are growing. Every time you feel uncertain, anxious, or stretched, your mind and body are being trained for higher performance. When you push yourself to learn a new skill, tackle a difficult project, or speak in front of an audience, you are expanding your capacity. The discomfort you feel in those moments is temporary, but the progress it produces lasts a lifetime. Those who ignore discomfort in favor of ease never realize the heights they could have reached. Think about it. Comfort zones are invisible prisons. People stay there because it feels safe, predictable, and easy. They avoid risks, delay decisions, and fear failure. But life rewards risk takers, those willing to face uncertainty, and those who refuse to settle for less. Every time you push past discomfort, you gain confidence, competence, and clarity. You discover strengths you didn't know you had. You transform challenges into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities. The journey to success is uncomfortable by design. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and persistence. You may need to wake up earlier, work harder, or invest in yourself while others waste time. You may need to endure criticism, rejection, and moments of doubt. But every ounce of discomfort is an investment in your future. Those who embrace it reap rewards beyond imagination, while those who chase comfort remain trapped in mediocrity. Remember, growth is uncomfortable, but stagnation is silent destruction. The people who get left behind are not the ones who fail occasionally. They are the ones who refuse to challenge themselves consistently. They wait for perfect conditions, seek easy paths, and prioritize temporary pleasure over long-term progress. Meanwhile, the world moves forward and opportunities pass them by. You must make a conscious choice every day. Will you seek comfort or will you pursue growth? Will you settle for the familiar or will you embrace the challenge that stretches your limits? The discomfort you face today is the preparation for the victories of tomorrow. Growth is not a destination. It is a process that requires courage, persistence, and resilience. The moment you choose comfort over progress, you choose stagnation over achievement. So, embrace discomfort as your ally. Seek the challenges that intimidate you. Do the hard work when no one is watching. Step into the unknown with faith in your ability to adapt and grow. Comfort may feel safe, but it will never lead to greatness. Progress lives in struggle, in effort, and in discomfort. The more willing you are to leave comfort behind, the closer you move toward your full potential. Potential is everywhere. It exists in every person, in every idea, and in every dream waiting to be realized. Yet, potential alone accomplishes nothing. A seed contains the potential to become a towering tree, but unless it is planted, watered, and nurtured, it remains just a seed. Similarly, your talents, skills, and ideas are only the starting point. Without action, they remain dormant, invisible, and unfulfilled. Action is the bridge that connects what you can do to what you actually achieve. It transforms possibility into reality and dreams into accomplishments. Many people believe that thinking, planning, or learning alone will bring them success. They spend years reading books, attending seminars, and absorbing knowledge, yet they never take the steps necessary to implement what they've learned. Knowledge is important, but it is only fuel for the engine of action. Without moving forward, even the brightest ideas fade into irrelevance. Action is the force that turns knowledge into experience, experience into skill, and skill into results. Every great achievement in history, whether in business, art, science, or personal growth, has one thing in common: someone decided to act when others hesitated. Action begins with small, deliberate steps. It does not require perfection, only commitment. Waiting for the perfect moment or for all circumstances to be ideal is a trap that keeps most people stuck. The truth is, action creates momentum. Even a single step forward ignites a chain reaction, opening doors, creating opportunities, and building confidence. The more you act, the more you learn what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust. Each failure along the way is not a defeat, but a lesson, a guidepost showing the path to improvement. Consistency is key. One great action is powerful, but sustained action builds unstoppable force. Just as a river carves a canyon not by instant power, but by constant flow, persistent effort compounds over time, turning small efforts into monumental success. Each day you take intentional steps toward your goals, you reinforce the habit of action, strengthen your resolve, and close the gap between your potential and reality. Action also requires courage. It means stepping out of your comfort zone, facing uncertainty, and risking failure. Those who never act allow fear, doubt, or excuses to dictate their lives. They remain spectators, while others claim the opportunities they hesitate to pursue. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you strengthen not just your skills, but your character, resilience, and confidence. Moreover, action inspires others. Leaders, innovators, and trailblazers show what is possible through their willingness to act. When you act, you create a ripple effect, motivating others to move forward as well. Your actions become proof that potential can be realized and that dreams are achievable, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Ultimately, action is the bridge that transforms vision into achievement. Without it, potential is wasted, opportunities are lost, and dreams remain unfulfilled. With it, even the most modest talent can create extraordinary impact. The choice is yours to remain a spectator of life or to take decisive steps toward your goals. Success favors those who act, not those who merely hope. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you are capable of creating. Do not wait for permission, inspiration, or perfect conditions. Start now, keep moving, and let action carry you from potential to success.